Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sal Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing okay. Everyone's doing fine. Thank you so much for joining me today on this deadline day, guys. Of course, it is deadline day. Notoriously, Manchester United don't really do much business on deadline day, but when do we do any business these days? Absolutely, we're run by those leeches called the Glazers and Ineos. So, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Man United don't do any more business, but we have to report what's going on with the whispers around what's going on in regards to Manchester United. And Manchester United are interested still in Matthias Tel. Bayern Munich are still looking at holding out for a permanent deal. Manchester United want a loan deal. Man United don't want a loan with an obligation to buy it. Man United feel that the deal was too risky. Now, look, that's all well and good. That's all well and good. You know what I mean? But what I would say in regards to that is that we've got rid of two attacking players. Two attacking players have left the football club now. So we are light up front, guys. We've got Ahmad, Garnacho. Who else we got, guys? Ahmad and Garnacho. You know what I mean? Is that and Fernandes, of course. And that's all we got up front to last the whole season with the Europa League. All it would take is an injury to Ahmad or an injury for Fernandes. And we are very, very light, guys. We're very light up front. And this is very serious, you know. And our Ineos not taking it seriously, you know. And they're not panicking, apparently. They're not panicking. They're not panicking. We are 14th in the league, you know, and we need players. We don't score goals. And we're not bringing any replacements in for those attacking players. So how can they say that we're not going to panic? It just beggars belief at the end of the day. This is prime Ineos. This is prime Ineos. This is classic Ineos at the end of the day, in my opinion. And, you know, just there to save a bit of money. Yes, they got Dorgu. Fantastic. But Dorgu can't play up front. Who are we going to have up front? He can't play up front. So what we're going to do, guys. So let's go through some of the transfer news, of course, guys. Anyway, Manchester United are still interested in Matthias Tel. Whether they do that deal or not, it remains to be seen, of course. Ineos have said, and Glazers, of course, said that we do not want to panic buy. They said, absolutely. We're not going to panic buy, they said. And by the time it gets to the end of the season and we haven't qualified for Europe because we didn't win the Europa League because we didn't have a big enough squad, in the summer, what they're going to say? They're going to say, you know what? We didn't qualify for Europe, so we couldn't really make it. You know, we couldn't really sign any players, of course. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. If you guys could do that for me, that'd be fantastic. Let's get through some of your comments real quick. Big up Abdullah, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. El Bilal Torre, the option we have, yes, is a guy that I spoke about many days ago. Now people are picking up on it. Guys, you see me, I see you, you see me. I pick up, I get these names, I get them. I spoke about him before anyone else, guys. So you know what? I know about Bilal Torre. Of course I do. El Bilal Torre, I do know. Of course, guys, which was in one of my shows just a couple of days ago. If you look at the thumbnail, you'll see it. Eltel. Absolutely. Rasta, about 6 hours remaining. It's getting treacherous, isn't it? They're going to leave Ruben Amorim with nothing. You know, at the end of the day, what they're doing is that they're putting Ruben Amorim into the deep end here. They're putting him into the deep end. They're throwing him into the Sharks, expecting him to work miracles with the players that he's got. What's he going to do? The only option he has now is to bring through young players. This is the only option that he has. Look, I'm not totally against that. But you know what? When it comes to the Europa League, where we have to win the Europa League, you know, we're very short at the moment. And we need players in there to accommodate the games that we're going to have to play, you know. We're still not safe in the Premier League. We still need about 2 or 3 wins in the Premier League to ensure our safety. My God, it is a bit nerve-wracking. Big up Conrad. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Big up Mr. Mia. How you doing? Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon yourself. Big up everyone, of course. Hi, Sal and Devils. Big up, Roxanne. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, Roxanne. Good to see you again. Good to see you, of course. Tel gone to Spurs. Not yet. Nothing has happened yet at the end of the day. He hasn't gone to Spurs yet. Let me just double check. Let me just double check with Fabrizio. I'm going to check that if he's gone to Spurs. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're on the way to London. It looks like he is. It looks like that Tel is another one. That another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Absolutely. He's in the UK. He's going to London. It looks like he's going to Spurs, guys. Thank you, Rasta, for that. I just checked the Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted literally 1 minute ago and it looks like he's going to London. So that doesn't mean that the deal is over. He could be going to Manchester after that, but it does look a little bit bleak in regards to that deal now. And Tottenham Hotspur get a player for themselves. And you know what? Welcome to the world of Glazinios, of course, guys. Matthias Tell and his agent, Gedry Kamara, on the way to London right now. He's set to join Tottenham on loan until June. No option to buy it. So how comes Manchester United couldn't do that deal if there was no option to buy it? This is the situation. How comes Man United couldn't do that deal? So what's going on with Man United? They've got rid of Rashford. They've got rid of Anthony. Who are the attacking players? I mean, at least one. Who are those attacking players that are going to replace? Who are those attacking players, of course? Big up, Mr. Mir. Swear, tell his 2K Chelsea, our Man United are interested. Goodness knows where he'll end up. He's going to Spurs, Mr. Mir. I think he's going to Spurs. It does look that way. Fabrizio Romano has reported that he looks like he's going to Spurs. So, you know what? I trust what Fabrizio Romano has to say. He's going to Spurs, which is, you know what, another one gone from the Man United wish list, of course, guys. And we're very short in that department at the moment, sadly. And Man United will struggle. If we get any injuries this season, we are definitely going to struggle this year. We're going to struggle. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't, of course. Absolutely. Paolo Matez agreed to Tottenham Spurs after all. Absolutely. Man United, they're definitely not in for him then, because he did say that he wanted to come to Manchester United. So that means that Manchester United didn't move in regards to that deal. For whatever reason, they have not moved in regards to that deal. And you know what? We're just making ourselves weaker. So this is typical Glazinios. This is Glazinios, however you want to say it. Glazers out. This is what they are at the end of the day. This is what they do, and penny pinching. We're waiting for the summer kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Ineos, man. Ineos, absolutely. In the mud. Tell flying to the UK, absolutely. Yeah. Ineos in the mud, absolutely. Ineos are in the mud. Ineos are leaving Ruben Amorim with one hand tied behind his back, guys. That's what he's doing. He's asking you to go just step in the ring, a boxing match, right, with one arm behind your back. That's what he's asking. That's what the Glazers are asking Ruben Amorim to do. That's what Ineos are asking Ruben Amorim to do. He's asking Ruben Amorim to step into a boxing ring with one arm tied behind his back. That's what he's doing. And you know what? Don't be surprised if Man United struggle in the Europa League, because you know what? Tottenham are going to have Tell. That's going to help their squad, of course, and they're going to be a threat in the Europa League, haven't they? So there we go. Mr. Mir, maybe we're going after someone else with 7 hours. Maybe, Mr. Mir, maybe. It's just that, I'm looking at, obviously, I've been speaking today and yesterday about the player El Bilal Toure. El Bilal Toure is a centre forward that plays for Stuttgart, Mali International, 21 caps, 8 goals, guys. 21 caps, 8 goals. And very good prospect, 23 years old, a good player. And those are the type of signings Man United need to hurry up and do, because these type of signings are not going to be easy to do, guys. It's not going to be easy to do this deal. So Man United need to do this deal. I do believe he's a good player, but what will Man United do? Man United just going to leave it. He is on loan from Atalanta. So we will have to work hard to get that deal over the line. It does look like Man United are going to end up empty-handed this season. Again, in the January transfer window, again, we're going to end up empty-handed. Given the injury to the likes of Licha Martinez, Mason Mount, no Rashford, no Anthony. What are these guys playing at exactly? What is their plan exactly with what's going on at the moment? Luke Shaw injured as well. I don't understand their plan. I mean, what all I'm seeing is penny pinching, getting rid of players here, spending days and months trying to get Dorger over the line. You know what I mean? It's crazy. At the end of the day, Darren, this window has been absolutely, and if anything we needed a player, it's this window. We need players. We've got injuries left, right, and centre. Licha is no longer fit. Now, guys, who is our fit left-sided centre-back right now? Who is he? I don't see any left-sided centre-back apart from Aidan Heaven. Aidan Heaven is the only one who can come in right now and play that left-sided centre-back position. Luke Shaw, we can't trust Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's not fit. Luke Shaw, when has Luke Shaw ever become fit? But Aidan Heaven is going to be chucked into the deep end. I've got a feeling. We are done now. Fuck Spurs can loan the players, but United can't. This is the thing, Chow. You know what I mean? This is the thing. But he said he wants to go to Man United. So that means that Man United have not made a suitable offer for Matthias Tell. They haven't made the offer. They've left him to Spurs. That's what they've done. They've purposely done this. We're not going to panic. That's what they say. Oh, we won't be held to ransom. This is the whole Ineos Glazer rubbish that they've been splurting out for the many years, of course, guys. Absolutely. Rasta, I swear down, Sal, the sabotage should have been a full sale to Qatar. What is the race thing? What it is? It was Rasta. We all know, Wagwan about what it was, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that it was that, and it was nothing to do with football. It was nothing to do with human rights, like they were saying, human rights. That's what the buzzword was. You know what I mean? Human rights. It was nothing to do with that. It was just simply that the fact that they don't look like them, they're nothing like them, and they don't want an Arab in charge of the football club, and that is exactly what it was. And at the end of the day, you can tell me it's raining and piss on me all day. You know what I mean? You can piss on me and tell me it's raining. It's not. I know what it is. At the end of the day, it is that, of course. Abdullah, for fun's sake, these are two owners are crap. Absolutely. You know what? This is what they're doing. They're hiding at the moment. They're hiding. They're waiting for the summer when we haven't qualified. Look, our only hope for European football is the Europa League right now. If we do not win this Europa League, guys, we will not qualify for the Europe, right? And that means when we go to sign players in the summer, players will be a lot more money because the players are not going to be coming to play European football. They're going to be coming for money because Manchester United don't have European football, at the end of the day. And this is where the round and round we go. The circus goes on. This is what they do. This is Glazonomics, classic Glazonomics, of course. Absolutely. Abdullah, big up this channel. Big up Abdullah, big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining me, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Feel sorry for Amram not back to... Yeah, absolutely, Darren. Darren, spot on, mate. You know what? At the end of the day, he's been thrown with the Lions, thrown straight into the Lions. You know what I mean? It's like he's a sacrificial lamb or something. I don't know what it is at the end of the day. He's coming to this football club midway through the season. Sporting Lisbon were in the Champions League, right? And he was doing well there, just defeated Man City 4-1. He comes to England, a unique style of play, right, with players that are not his, off-field issues up to his head, and then the first window he has, they get him Dorgu, an unproven left-back. Now, look, I like Dorgu. I think Dorgu will be a great player, but at the end of the day, is he going to change Man United to the level that we want to be changed? Look at the problems at Man United. Look at the games yesterday, guy. Look at the game yesterday. We got a ton of problems that we need to address, and you know what? Dorgu is not the only one who's going to fix it. Big up, Sal. Big up, Darkro. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. I hope you're good, my friend. Hope you're good. I'm not shocked or surprised. Ineos are here for the fingers in the pie. Absolutely. They're stripping down the club, Yorkshire Cowboy. Big up, Yorkshire Cowboy. They're stripping down the club. They're taking away the assets. They want to build a new stadium because they want to build apartments all around the area and build businesses all around the area to profit them. That's all they care about. Jim Ratcliffe is not a Man United fan. Come on, give me the other one. Anyone who says that Jim Ratcliffe is a Man United fan has to have their head checked at the end of the day. He's not a Man United fan. He doesn't care about this football club. All he cares about is stripping assets and basically making money. That's all he cares about at this football club. He doesn't give a damn what goes on this football pitch. At the end of the day, you know what? I'm a bit worried about what's going to happen. Of course, get Dalap and El, who is the striker. Get L. Yes. At the moment, Man United. El Bilal is on loan at Atalanta. Abdullah. So that is going to be a difficult deal to do. He is on loan at Atalanta. He belongs to Stuttgart, but he's on loan at Atalanta. So that is going to be difficult to just take him out of the Atalanta, who is on loan. I mean, of course, guys, but Man United need to do something. They need to do a deal, even if it is a little bit of a panic deal. He is young. He's a goal scorer. So why don't we go after that at the end of the day? In regards to Delap's going to cost 50, 60 million easy. Of course, he is co-owned by Manchester City as well. So, I like the player a lot, but it's something that, we won't be doing this window. If we had Qatar in charge of Manchester United, yeah, of course, we'd be making lots of moves right now. Definitely. Absolutely. Big up, Jim. What's going on, my friend? Late night vibes. So how you doing? Hope you had a fantastic day. Big up, Jim. Hope you had a fantastic day too. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good, bro. Hope you're good. Gamer TV can remove Tell from your headline, Sal. He's not in my headline. He's not in my headline. It's just a picture of him. That's it. I don't need to remove him anymore. It ain't in my headline. He's just on my picture. He's just on my thumbnail. That's it. But not my headline. Break in to Tottenham on her, and here we go. Straight loan, no buy option to close. Yeah, I've read it, mate. I've read it. Gamer TV, I know already. I've just got a text about 10 minutes ago as well. Rasta told me as well. So at the end of the day, yeah, I know he's not coming to Manchester United. Absolutely not. And this is the Glaze Ineos. This is the Glazer. Big up, Earthfan. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. And this is typical Glaze Ineos. This is typical. We're going to regret that because when it comes to Europa League, and look, let's say, for example, we won't play Tottenham until the final of the Europa League. Let's say, for example, we're playing Tottenham, right? And Ahmad gets an injury, or Fernandez gets an injury. Let's say, for argument's sake, that happens, right? And we're playing Tottenham in the final. Tottenham can bring on Tell. Who are we going to bring on? We haven't got anyone. We ain't got anyone. We're light up front. We're light. You know what I mean? We're light. We're sunpat light. We're light, but I can't believe it's not butter light. You know what I mean? That's what we are at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And we've lost Anthony. We've lost Rashford. We haven't got Mason Mount. We haven't got Luke Shaw. So where is it this season going, to be honest with you? Are they just giving up? Are they just throwing in the towel? Is that what they're doing at the end of the day? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it is bewildering. It is demoralizing, and it is frustrating that Man United won't be doing any business by the looks of it. I'm not saying that nothing can't happen in the next 6 hours, but by the looks of it, it looks very unlikely unless we do pull something out of the bag. Remember when we purchased Marion Fellaini, of course, when we pulled him out the bag, of course. I want Gutierrez math tell, please, Ineos today. He's not coming today, Dilly, so absolutely not. We're not going to get Gutierrez today. Absolutely not, guys. That's laughable. At the end of the day, Man United can't even get a loan deal through the door. We're not going to get Gutierrez, to be honest with you, and pay a lot of money for Gutierrez. Absolutely not. Man United have a gentleman's agreement with Gutierrez, which will trigger in, of course, in the summer, of course, guys. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. That's really tough to swallow, sir. I believe we are getting no one, and that's for the sad heart. Hoping to be wrong. We got 2 players, as I predicted. One of those players was a young player called Aiden Heaven, and one of them was Dorgo. That was the 2 players we got. And I did say it's going to be underwhelming. The signings won't be what you expect. That is just Ineos. That's Glazers for you, isn't it? This is why we wanted the full sale. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Yorkshire Cowboys, spot on, mate. It is a shit show. At the end of the day, look, you know what they're doing right now to this football club? They're just stripping assets, making money. That's all they care about at the end of the day. They squeezed Lecce out of the Dorgo deal so that we just about got Dorgo over the line, of course, guys. Absolutely. I realized last night that after the game, after the 6th season, whenever we come from a midday cup game, being the FA Cup of Europa, we lose our league game. Not sure if it's a travelling or fitness issue. It's a bit of both, I think, Irfan. Yeah, it is a bit of both. The Man United I knew growing up didn't used to have this problem. You know, they're just not fit enough, basically. Jet lag, they can't talk about jet lag. They fly first class. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they can't really talk about that. You know what? It is a bit of an issue that we're having. It's a number of issues, mentality issue, fitness issue, but we would have lost to Crystal Palace anyway. Let's be real with ourselves, guys. Crystal Palace have beaten us 5 out of 6 times. You know what I mean? 4-0 last season. You know, and to be honest with you, it doesn't matter where we play. You know what I mean? Even if we didn't play a European game, we would have probably lost that game, to be honest with you. Our record at Old Trafford this season is absolutely atrocious. I remember walking out of Old Trafford having drawn with West Bromwich Albion, West Brom, WBA, right? I remember having drawn with them, and it was like your dog died. It was like that, you know, that we drew a game at Old Trafford. My God, how can we draw a game? Under Sir Alex Ferguson, right? Under Sir Alex Ferguson, it was like, oh my goodness me, we drew a game. How can we draw a game? But goodness me, now we lost 5 out of 6 games at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? And I cannot fathom. If you told me back then that Man United will be losing this many games at Old Trafford, I would have thought you were lying, pulling my leg. Conrad, maybe Man United wanted to clear up the deadwood fast and spending, so we spend in the Chairmanship. Conrad, Man United need signings now. We need to win the Europa League to qualify for the Champions League. Man United need a squad. Man United's squad is extremely thin. And to be honest with you, I don't use excuses for the Glazers. Who they got rid of? They haven't got rid of anyone. They got them on loan. They ain't going anywhere. They're coming back. Trust me. All right, they're coming back. Rashford is not gone anywhere. It's not an obligation. It's just an option. And also Anthony's not an obligation. It's just an option. And that's about it. We haven't really sold anyone. Rasta, what is the position that Heavens plays? Left side is centre-back, my friend. Rasta, big up. Sal, I meant for tonight, deadline night. I know that no, we're not getting anyone, Jim. No, I mean, I would say that I would throw myself out on a leech here. That Man United are too slow to do deals on the best of days. And absolutely spot on. We're not going to get anyone because I'm looking at things now. Look, the only one I've been hearing about is El Bilal Toure. That's the only one I've been hearing about this last couple of hours, really and truly in an intense way. But I mean, even getting that deal over the line is very complicated. You know, Man United, there's no Man United representatives in Germany or Italy at the moment. Obviously, Bilal Touré is on loan at Stuttgart, on loan from Atalanta, of course. So there's no Man United representatives in Italy or Germany at the moment. So I really can't see any deals being done. So it beggars belief that we're leaving Ruben Amorim with a weaker squad than when we entered the January transfer window. It's weaker. We've lost Anthony. We've lost Rashford. We've already not got Mount. We've already not got Luke Shaw. Casemiro doesn't play. You know what I mean? What are we doing here exactly at the end of the day? Jim, sorry, I mistyped that. No problem, brother. No problem. CCL, seen something going on for about Douglas Luiz and Vlahovic. Mate, you know what? There's going to be a little bit of spin, CCL. I'm not saying it's not true, but what I would say is that there's going to be a little bit of spin going on around Man United this next few hours just to keep it progressing, to make it look like that Ineos and Glazers are doing work. That's what it is at the end of the day. They're making it look like Ineos and Glazers doing work. Look, there hasn't been much deals over this window so far. There hasn't been many deals done, of course. Today, the only deal that's been done so far, and look at this, guys. Look at this. Brighton and Hove Albion have signed Stefanos Tsimas for 20.8 million. Stefanos Tsimas, 20.8 million. Even Brighton are spending money, guys. Even Brighton are spending money. 20.8 million. Brighton have signed 19-year-old forward Stefanos Tsimas from Nuremberg for 20.8 million pounds, which is 25 million euros. The Greece under-21 international has signed a contract until June 2030, but will remain in Germany with Nuremberg for the second half of the season. Stefanos is an exceptional young talent, in and out, and centre forward with a natural ability to score goals, said Brighton boss. So they have signed him. I know they're not going to get him now. I know he's going to go back on loan to Nuremberg. But you know what? Even Brighton and Hove Albion are doing deals right now. It makes me laugh. Honestly, you either laugh or cry, don't you, at the end of the day? Cannot believe Tell going to Tottenham on loan. Absolutely. And he wanted to come to Man United. So what that makes me believe is that Man United weren't in for him. Man United didn't want him. Man United didn't want to pay the money. So at the end of the day, Man United pretended. That's what they do. They manipulate. They manipulate. That's what they do sometimes. And to keep the window interesting, of course. Can't see us playing in Europe next season. The only way we're going to play in Europe next season, Darren, is if we win the Europa League. And right now, at this moment in time, I don't think Man United can beat a number of those teams in the Europa League. I think Man United will struggle against the likes of Athletic Bilbao. I think they'll struggle against Eintracht Frankfurt. I think they'll struggle against Lazio and Tottenham and even Rangers we struggle against, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? And teams like that. So I can't see Man United really winning that Europa League unless we go on a run, you know, which is at the moment not been happening at Man United for a very long time, of course. Jim. Sal, we are so thin. Our squad is Chris. Absolutely, mate. We are so thin. We're like bloody, you know what I mean? Cheese slices at the moment, definitely. And to be honest with you, Man United will struggle this season because of this. Because all it's going to take, and let's be honest, guys, we're not no stranger to injuries. We get injuries. So we're just going to have just one injury, right? And that is it. It's all going to fall apart, isn't it, at the end of the day? And we'll have to wait and see. Is Huertas available on loan? So big up SLD. Absolutely not. I hope not. I'd rather not, to be honest. I'd rather bring Chido Obo Martin back in the team, if I'm being honest with you, rather than bringing Huertas into the team. I'd rather bring Chido Obo Martin in. Definitely, absolutely. Or one of the younger players, of course. Absolutely. Rasta, we might even lose our sponsorship. Yeah, you know what? As long as the Glazers lose money, let them lose their money. At the end of the day, we're going to lose sponsorships. We're going to lose a lot of things at the end of the day. You know, Man United have to fight. I mean, look at Chelsea, for example, right? Chelsea were in dire straits. Chelsea were in problems. And what did the owners do? Splashed money. Sometimes they splashed money a little bit carelessly, but nonetheless, they splashed money, didn't they? And they made things happen. They made things happen because they needed to fix this team, the team that they had. What do? Oh, we're not going to be pressured into signing anyone. You know, we're not going to make any panic buys. We've heard it all before, guys. We've heard it all before, haven't we? This is my club, and we have support, and we have to stay strong. Good times and bad times. Absolutely, Rasta, always. Smash the likes, please. Thank you so much, SLD. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for that, my friend. Absolutely. Look, guys, there is a few hours left of this transfer window. Anything can happen, of course, but you know what? The likelihood of anything happening at the moment, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, is pretty slim. You know, at the end of the day. I don't sensationalize anything. I don't sugarcoat anything. I just say it as it is, guys. Unfortunately, that is the way the situation is at the moment. Now, can we pull anything out the bag? I mean, we're going to have to be David Blaine to pull something out the bag right now, because Man United are struggling to find signings, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, let me just have a look. Any updates? Just going to have a look at the timelines. Let's have a look. No, AC Milan have been pretty. Yeah, Tottenham have signed. Absolutely disgusting. Definitely disgusting, of course. Tottenham, you know, of all teams, Tottenham. Man, we're cursed, ain't we, with ownership at the end of the day. We need a bit of humor, Sal. Keep up the moods high, brother. Hearing all the negative news at the news times a little bit too much. Thank God for people like you. Big up, Jim. Yeah, I try my best, Jim. I really do. At the end of the day, it is absolutely Man United are really, really pathetic. And to be honest with you, they are a buzzkill, you know. And I know Man United destroyed the buzz anyway on the pitch, you know, but they actually put the nail in the coffin. Absolutely, definitely. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for the Undertaker to take charge of Man United. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm waiting for at the moment, to dig the nail in the final nail in the coffin, you know? Absolutely. Just need Paul Bear come out with us at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? Paul Bear might as well lead us out at Old Trafford, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? We're in the, you know what I mean, ready to be buried, you know, at the end of the day. It's crazy. It is crazy, but we have to carry on, guys. We have no choice, of course. We got where we support Man United and we get on with it. We got a game against Leicester, as I said earlier today. In 1963, Manchester United defeated Leicester City in the FA Cup final. A couple of years later, Man United won the league title. In 1968, Man United won the European Cup, the old European Cup, which is now the Champions League. Now, what does that mean? That just basically means that with a spark, anything can happen. A little spark, anything can happen. And I've always had this sort of thought in my head that these things can happen in football. You know, something positive can happen, and that can ignite your fortunes. A bit like what happened with Sir Alex Ferguson with Mark Robbins, of course, in the FA Cup against Nottingham Forest, of course, guys. So these things can happen, and a little bit of positivity in regards to a signing, or you know what I mean, a result that you don't expect to get, can ignite that. The problem I'm having at the moment is in regards to these players. I don't believe in my really and truly in my heart of hearts that these players are going to get us to anywhere. I don't. And unfortunately, it's just the way I feel at the moment, guys. And what we have to do, what we have to say is that we can only wait until the summer. Hopefully, we'll have a good summer. Hopefully, they don't pull the trigger on Ruben Amorim, because, you know, Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, they are known for pulling the trigger pretty early on the manager. SLD, I think we might need to recall Ruud van Nistelrooy to play striker for 6 months. He'll probably do better than the strikers we got at the moment, SLD. Absolutely. He'll probably do very much better than the strikers we got at the moment. I have no doubt about that, guys. I have absolutely no doubt about that at all, that he will do better than Ruud van Nistelrooy, than the strikers that we got. You know, you don't even need you know, you can say, like, you can bring Eric Cantona back, he'll do a better job at the moment, guys. I truly believe that. Do you know what I mean? You can, because at least their positional awareness and finishing will be a lot better. You know what I mean? At the end, they just have to work on their fitness and stuff like that, and then they'll be straight back into the team, of course, guys. Absolutely. But yeah, it is nearly the end of the transfer window, guys, and nothing has happened. Surprise, surprise. Absolutely. That is what it is in regards to Ineos. At the end of the day, don't be surprised. At the end, like, if we don't qualify for European competition, that is what happens. At the end of the day, if you don't fix up your team, of course. Absolutely. Let me just see some signings, guys. Let me just let's have a look. Yeah, let me just read this out real quickly. Just checking out something, guys. United missing out on a straight loan deal for Tell to Spurs when Tell had chosen United. Only United can mess up a deal to save a few quid. Imagine Spurs win the Europa League now. And Amram may as well go back to Sporting with Prats like this in charge. Absolutely. Tweet of the day. That is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly it. If Tel contributes to Tottenham winning the Europa League, if Tel contributes to that happening, you know, Amram might as well go back to Sporting Lisbon, because at the end of the day, what can we say? You know what I mean? You know what's going to happen? People like Saeed and Rance will soon be Amram out. I'm hoping Amram will get knacking in the summer and turn things around. To be honest, I'm all in with Amram until the end. Me too, to the bitter end, Jim. Unfortunately, about those clowns over there in regards to Rance and Saeed, I don't think. Yeah, I think they will be against Amram, but they'll be the first ones to start screaming out, Amram out, Amram out. That's what they'll be doing. At the end of the day, who do they want? Who do they want? Who's gonna come into Manchester United right now and change everything, change things? Nobody. We can have Ancelotti, we can have Pep, we can have Klopp. It's gonna be the same thing. And people are too ignorant and too naive to notice this. It's crazy, isn't it? Big up, Jim. United next game is Spurs. Absolutely. Oh my goodness me. Chow. Can you imagine he plays for Spurs against Man United and he scores a goal? Goodness me. You know what? You got me thinking, Chow. He might play for Spurs. And he might get one over us. Can you imagine that? Oh, my goodness me. I can't. Oh, my goodness. Just put that in my head. Absolutely. United couldn't afford 8 million loan fee. What the? Absolutely. Gary Downs. Big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Absolutely. They couldn't afford 8 million. So they would rather a direct rival in the Europa League sign Tel. For crying out loud. We've got rid of Rashford. We've got rid of Anthony. You know what I mean? And what do they want at the end of the day? We got rid of two attackers. Aston Villa are paying 70% of Marcus Rashford's wages. So are Batiste on Anthony. And we can't afford 8 million. Jim Ratcliffe is so rich, isn't he? He's so rich. He's got loads of money. He's the richest guy in Britain. Oh, yeah, right. Of course he is. Big up Sal, like we predicted, Dorgu was going to be the only signing because it seems Tel is going to Spurs. Yep. And we only have 4 forwards who are struggling, who have a lack of goal threat. This is bullshit. Absolutely, LT, spot on. It's absolute rubbish. They've thrown Ruben Amram into the deep end here, guys. And you know what? They're throwing him in and expecting him to swim back up to shore with no arms and no legs. That is what they're doing at the moment with Ruben Amram. They brought him in, they sold him a dream, and they've lied to him. That's what they did. They manipulated him to leave Sporting Lisbon, to come to Man United, and they haven't backed him this window. What do they expect? They expected to win the Europa League when we just got Garnacho, Ahmad, and Bruno there with Rasmus and Xerxes who are not firing. You know what I mean? How are we going to score goals? It's crazy, man, isn't it? Big up Sal, always speak the truth. Big up Jim, you too, brother. Big up yourself. Big up, of course. Absolutely. Let me just get this set up. Yeah, so it is disgraceful, guys. It is disgraceful. Absolutely. If we can be sure we will not get relegated, we should play the junior. Pios, I agree with you. At the end of the day, you know what? If we get a couple, like for example, if we win the next few games, maybe 2 games. If we win the next 2, I think Man United will be safe. And you're absolutely right, Pios. I think Man United should experiment with a younger team. Bring through some young players and just play the senior team in the Europa League. That's what I would do. But we're left in that position right now where, you know what, we're left handicapped at the moment with no other players. If we get any players injured, guys, God forbid, if Man United get any players injured during the next few months. We've already got Licha Martinez out, guys. Who's going to play that left-sided centre-back position? I mean, come on, guys. Who's going to play that left-sided centre-back position? We say Luke Shaw. Where's Luke Shaw? Anyone who's going to believe in Luke Shaw? Is Luke Shaw going to be fit? How crazy is it not to replace Rashford? But you know, the what's out, it's not the first time that we either sell a player and not replace them. Absolutely, bruv. Absolutely. And expected, of course. How the fuck do we fuck that up? Absolute donuts. They are absolute donuts, CCL. They are donuts. At the end of the day, 8 million. They stalled on 8 million. My goodness me. And they let a direct rival sign the player instead of us. And look, you know what? We're playing Tottenham in a couple of weeks' time. You know what? We've improved their squad. Nice and ready for the Man United game. And then we got the Europa League as well. We may play Tottenham in the Europa League final. I mean, it'd be lucky if we get there, looking at the way things are right now. But we may play Tottenham in the Europa League final. And then we've strengthened them. Unbelievable. When he wanted to go to Man United, by the way. Absolutely. When he wanted to go to Man United, we ended up messing it up. Crazy. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely madness. Can't believe what's going on at this football club. Don't recognize this football club. Everything that's going on around the football club is absolute madness at the moment. Absolute crazy. It is absolute pathetic right now, guys. I would say that wholeheartedly, guys. Absolutely. Let me just check on the Fabrizio Romano's tweets real quickly. Nothing at the moment. No, nothing. Another player, Ansin Salah Eddin, joins AS Roma for MC 20. Very good player. Another one. Bites the dust. Another good player that we could have got for 2 million. Absolutely. AC Milan have submitted their official bid for Chelsea for João Felix on loan until the end of the season. Why didn't we do that? Anything is better than nothing. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, anything is better than nothing. Let's have a look. Dario Isugo, one of the options Chelsea are considering for midfield as sporting experts' movements in the final hours. Talks took place as record reports as Chelsea also have more options on the list, including Amogu from St. Etienne. Chelsea are busy as well, guys. Chelsea have got a massive squad and they are still busy, guys. They're still busy doing work. United strike force is the past Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez, Berbatov, and now look at what we got. My goodness me. Darren, it's night and day. It's night and day, to be honest. Man United, those players right there that you mentioned could play with a blindfold and they'll play better up front than the strikers that we've got at the moment. When I thought about Tevez and Rooney and Ronaldo, that strike force alone, it was such a mixture of different types of skills, and you have the tenacious Tevez, you had the street guy, Rooney, you had the finesse of Ronaldo, of course. We can only dream, of course. Tell to White Hart Lane apps, yep. We needed a number 10. Yeah, we do. We need more than that. Let's take the league as a competitive preseason and go all out for Europa League to get into Europa. Absolutely. If you guys are watching me earlier on today, guys, on Breaking Dawn, this is exactly the point that LT said. This is what I've been saying, is that Man United should treat this league campaign as a preseason, like a sort of glorified preseason. What Man United need to do, win against Tottenham, win against Everton away and Ipswich, and then we start bringing in the youth team because we'll be safe. And if we bring in the youth team, by next season, we will be ready. Big up, Randy. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Rand. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're good. Good to see you. Big up, everyone, of course. Big up. MC recruitment team is relaxed about the prospect of ending the transfer window without signing. Yeah, I wrote that exact tweet, Gamer TV, about 2 hours ago. And they are not panicking. They are not panicking. I don't know why they're not panicking, because when I look at the games to come for Man United in the Europa League and then, the league as well, there's every reason to panic. Every reason. When you look at the injury list that Man United have got at the moment, and you look at the problems that Man United are countering at the moment, how they can possibly say that we're not panicking. Beggars belief, guys. It really does beggar belief. Absolutely beggars belief. Those people who sign our strikers should be sued. Absolutely pios. They're all useless. Feel sorry for Amram. I feel sorry for him as well, Randy. I do feel sorry for him as well, my friend. The thing is, I want to say about this management, me too, Gamer. You know what? I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain. At the end of the day, I'm lost for words, guys. It's rarely I'm lost for words, but I am lost for words. The way we've treated this January transfer window, and we got Dorgu, fair play. We got Dorgu, but that's not going to change our fortunes. If you're getting rid of 2 attacking players, we're not going to bring anyone in. So what does that make me believe? It makes me believe that they actually wanted to sell Garnacho. That's what it makes me believe, that they do want to sell him. You know what I mean? I think they do. I think if the money was on the table right now, they'll sell Garnacho. This is how these leeches are. Glazinios, whatever they are. Do you know what I mean? Absolute pathetic. And I really hope that the pressure gets put on these leeches once and for good, guys. Once and for good. Jim, let's get behind Manchester United, our club, by Ruben Amram. He is a legend and a fire. He needs to be on. Absolutely. We will get, Jim, we will get behind the manager. 100%. The problem I'm having is a small minority of fans, right? And they're growing, yeah, or who are turning their back on Ruben Amorim at the moment, despite all the problems that they're having. It seems like they were knocked on the head when they were little because they don't quite understand the same problems that have been going on for years and years and years. Now, look, if this situation was taken to court, right, and we were put in front of a judge, O.J. Simpson's lawyer wouldn't be able to get the Glazers out of trouble because they are the problem. They are the problem. And the players are the problem, not the manager, not Van Gaal, not Jose Mourinho, not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not Ragnick, not Eric Ten Hag, and now not Ruben Amorim. We all united, absolutely. Big up, big up. We are the fans' ambitions when the owners have the ambitions. They don't care about the club, Randy. This is the problem. You know, we care about the club. They don't care about the club. They care about their pockets. At the end of the day, they're stripping assets. They're getting assets away from the football club. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing at the end of the day, you know? Look, you know what, guys? I've got a lot of big guests coming on this channel very soon, guys. Big guests. And the biggest journalist in the world as well coming on very soon. And I could have brought this journalist on this month, but, you know, I didn't want to spread any bad news or any misinformation about anything, you know. And to be honest with you, I'll speak whom are rumored to be after. But you know what? I wouldn't say that Man United will do this, will do that. What Man United have done this January, I'm even surprised about that. I'm surprised that we signed a young player like Aidan Heaven and we signed Dorgu. I know it's a laughable, but this is what I believe. Like, you know what? I actually believe they weren't going to do any business. Matata. So if it continues like this under Glazers and Ineos, then tell me Jim and all Chatterbox faithful should consider quitting the club unless the club is at... We never quit the club, Matata. We never quit the club. We don't quit the club. We don't. We fight for the club. We don't quit the club. Real Man United fans around the world, those in this stream, and we've seen bad times. We've been relegated. You know what I mean? We've had 1958. There's been times in this club that have been terrible. But one thing we will never do, and we will never even mention it, is quit the club. A real Man United fan will never quit the club. We will fight those Glazers. You know what I mean? As much as we can. We'll cancel games. We'll do that at the end of the day. Their time will come. Their time will come. But we will never turn the back again on this football club. Absolutely not. Every Man United fan who I know, I was raised on Man United, winning trophies and stuff like that. But I saw it before the trophies from Alex Ferguson. I was late 80s. I started supporting Man United. And I saw all the trophies happen. You know, and I saw most of Alex Ferguson's trophies. We are ambitious. We are ambitious. And we should be ambitious because we are the Real Madrid, the Bayern Munich, the Barcelona of England, basically. You know, so why are we not going to be ambitious? You know what I mean? We should be ambitious. This is how we should be. This is why we fight. Because we know that we did not need the Glazers to come into this football club. We were self-sustainable. We were organically making our own money. O.J. Simpson, lawyer, could never save O.J. for a crime he committed against his wife. Yeah, he got him away with it, didn't he? And he's guilty. Definitely guilty. Definitely. Owner smashed up the car park, man. Absolutely. P.S. How can Chelsea escape for... Chelsea don't care. This is exactly what it is. Chelsea don't care. What Ineos are doing at the moment is they're using excuses. You can override FFP. You can override it. You can manipulate it. You can. But what Ineos are doing right now is that they're using it as an excuse. It's madness. So if we continue supporting the club, we will. Yeah, all you have to do, Manatota, is not buy merchandise. That's it. Don't buy merchandise. Don't buy tickets, but support your football club from afar. That's it. And that will make the Glazers suffer, Ineos suffer. Unfortunately, there's fans around the world that, you know what, will take those tickets, will take the jerseys, will do what they can. But we don't turn our back against our football club. We don't. It's not what we do. If you want to go and watch cricket, go and do your thing, mate. But we watch football and we stick by our football club. Absolutely. How did our so-called best-in-class let two forwards go without even making one replacement? Imagine if we get a Garnacho go. That's a disgrace. I mean, I firmly believe that they wanted Garnacho to go. I really do. Absolutely. Manta, I'm a Manchester United fan, and so is Sal. Forever, we love with passion our club. We are Manchester United, and I say United. Do you hear it, man? Litata, fighters never quit. Fight, absolutely, we never quit. Otherwise, as I said, man, Litata, cricket. Go on, mate. Googly, go for it, mate, because it's nothing to do with football with you, mate. If you want to give up on your team, big up Darren, big up Danny B, big up. Glazers out looted more than 2 billion. Absolutely, not invested 1 penny of their own money, of course. Absolutely. Abdullah, Sal, we are not signing anyone. Nope. Not at the moment. Nope. Our owners aren't ambitious. Absolutely not. No. Jim, they are taking advantage of our love of the club. I'm sure. If you love the club, you don't give up on your club. You don't give up on your club. If you love your club, you don't give up the club. And let me tell you something, Matata. I say this from the heart, right? I say this from the heart to you. I'm going to say it in a very serious way to you, right? Don't support the football club. Go. Go. Because I'm not turning my back on this football. I won't buy merchandise. I won't buy tickets. I won't do anything like that. I won't put money in the Glazers' pockets. I'll watch my football club. I will support my football club, but I won't be buying merchandise. That's what you do, right? That's going to help. If you want to give up on your football club, your allegiance to the football club wasn't strong anyway. And I say that with the greatest of respects. I've been supporting this club since 1988, 89. My whole life. You think I'm just going to give up because a couple of greasy Glazers are there? Mate, they're going to drop soon. Don't worry about that. They're going to go. Don't worry about that at the end of the day. We must boycott this, Randy. We need to boycott games. And exactly what I'm said. We need to empty Old Trafford. That is what we need to do. That is what the fans need to do. This is what Manchester United need to do. We need to empty Old Trafford. That is the kind of thing we need to do. Randy, we own a window showroom but never buy it. We got Dorgu, so technically it's incorrect. But yeah, I know what you mean. Sal, what about Mr. Who? MH? What about MH? Who's MH, mate? Start boycotting the sponsors of the club. Start boycotting. Stop buying tickets. All of the guys who go to the games, if they go to the Europa League games, people like that, you know what I mean? Who buy tickets, who go over there, who fly over there. I've been to 500 games before the Glazers come into the football club. But they're going over there. I'm still going to support the club. That's what they do. You know what I mean? And they go over there and they think that they're big. They're real Man United fans. They're true Man United fans. They're the proper Man United, but they're not really, truly. Absolutely. Mate, you got to be strong up here, Matata. You got to be a leader. A leader. Football, you know what? At the end of the day, you got to be up here strong and you got to know what you want. At the end of the day, it doesn't affect my mental health because I know exactly what I want to do and what I want to plan and stuff like that. So don't let it ruin your mental health, mate. Life is only one at the end of the day. El Bilal Torre. Yeah, El Bilal Torre is the only one that we're after. I've been talking about him for a number of days, guys. Absolutely. But it doesn't look like Man United will do any deals this window. El Torre is on loan at Atalanta at the moment, guys. And he's currently playing at Stuttgart on loan from Atalanta. Guys. So anything can happen in football, but you know what? Abdullah, you know what? It's very tight. It's going to be very, very difficult, of course. I tell you, when you love or United or a team you follow, it's for life, through good times and bad. True fans don't this dedication with respect. Absolutely, Jim. Spot on, Jim. You don't. You know what? I think it was. I think it was Sir Matt Busby who said you can't change your football team. You can change your wife. You can change your job. You can't change your football team. That's what he said, of course. Amram sounded dejected when asked about signings in the post-match presser. He said he hoped, didn't he? Absolutely, they'd let him down, that's for sure. Talking about having to work with the current, knowing what he needs. It's mad, isn't it, Delty? Disgraceful. It's disgraceful. He's probably thinking now, I bet you if you asked Ruben Amram in his heart of hearts, right? If you asked Ruben Amram in his heart of hearts, if he told him to be honest, you know that he would say, I want to go back to Sporting. You know that, don't you? An intermediary tried to bring an unnamed midfielder from League One to Manchester United, but the talk was immediately rebuffed. That happens a lot. Must be an angel. Must be an angel. Must be an angel. Big up the Game of TV. This season is a write-off. Yes. And the league season is a write-off. We still got hope in the Europa League. What do I think about the Europa League? Can we win it? Anything can happen in football. You know, Jim will know Greece won the European Championships, of course. So anything can happen in football, you know. All it takes is a bit of momentum. But in regards to the league, Man United are not doing anything in this league race, guys. I'll have to be honest with you guys. They're not going to be doing anything in this league. Absolutely not, in my opinion. We should use this league as a training exercise, you know. Let's get enough points on the bench, on the board. Let's get enough points on the board and let's start playing the youth. That's what we should do. Looking forward to next season. Me too, Randy. I mean, if they back him, of course. That's true, Sam. Greece did win the Euro. Absolutely, they did. No, 2004. They started off with Portugal, 1-0. They ended with Portugal, 1-0. That's what happened. Exactly. Good. And that shows you in football, you never know, isn't it? You know, it's strange, but it looks unlikely, you know, that Man United will go all the way in the Europa League. I'm not going to say never say never. That's not what I do. We could end up playing Galatasaray in the Europa League, which is obviously a difficult game, and we struggled over the years in that game as well. So that is a difficult game, of course. Jack Fletcher can come to senior squad. Yeah, good player. We don't have that pool anymore because of the Glazers. Because of the Glazers. People still want to come to Man United. Don't get twisted. But, you know, the Glazers have ruined it, you know. We could have got anyone before the Glazers, you know what I mean? And it's disgusting what's happened at this football club. We must be very careful not to get relegated. Randy, win the next two, we'll be all right. Michael smiling, agree. I blame Sir Jim for whatever is going on. We wanted the Glazers out, but he bowed them out. He facilitated the Glazers. Big up, Michael. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well, bro. Hope you're good. One thing I would say is that he facilitated the Glazers. He went to bed with the Glazers. He gave them a leverage. He gave them a stone to stand on, you know. And to be honest with you, if Ineos weren't there, they would have had to sell because Glazers couldn't afford a new stadium. They couldn't afford the new facilities in regards to the training facilities. They couldn't afford a new rebuild of the squad. So they needed to sell. But what did the Glazers do? What happened? What did Ineos do? They bowed them out with their billion. They bowed them out. That's what they did. And forever, they will be indebted to us. You know, if they don't bring success to this football club after sacking all those people, they will be forever indebted to us, of course. I saw Australia as I'm born in Australia, Sal, and Greece as my parents come from there. Big up Greece, though. Big up Socceroos as well. I told you, didn't I? Mark Bosnich followed me on on Twitter. I might get him on the show. How about that? Let's get Mark Bosnich on the show. What is our position in the log, Sal? What do you mean log, mate? In the league? I think we're 13th, brother. 14th, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think we are 14th. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we are 14th. 13th. We're 13th. 24 games, 8 wins. We're 13th. Madness, isn't it? Michael, keep the good up. What are you doing, bro? Big up, Michael. Thank you so much for joining me, my bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you. Big up yourself. Thank you. 13th in February. Can you believe? 13th in February. Can you believe? 13th in February, Man United. LT, let's also remember not qualifying for the Europe will also a negative impact on the summer window. Absolutely. So I don't get how they expect Aaron to qualify for Europe with their squad. That absolutely. LT, you're speaking like me, my bro. And what's going to happen in the summer? What's going to happen in the summer? What they're going to do in the summer is what they're going to say. Picture this, right? Picture this. What they're going to say in the summer, they're going to do this, right? They're going to say, we didn't qualify for Europe, so we can't attract the right players. That's exactly what they're going to do. And then, you know what we should have said? Well, maybe if you bought a player in January, we might have qualified for Europe. Broke. They are broke at the end. They proper broke idiots, guys. Guys, Sal, I don't believe we will get relegated. What are your thoughts on Sal? What won't happen, mate? We're too far ahead. Great, Jim. When you look at the Premier League table, we are... Leicester have 17 points. Manchester United have 29 points. So basically, Manchester United are 12 points ahead of the bottom three. And let's not forget that Leicester and Ipswich will lose points. They will drop points. It's not going to happen. Man United win. I mean, the highest tally to go down. The highest tally to go down was 41, if I'm not mistaken. But that was when there was a 24-man team, 24-team league. There was a 24-team league. So I believe that it will be Man United will survive. No problem about it. Don't worry about that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Guys, thank you. I know it's disappointing. I know I can't be the bearer of good news, but I want to say thank you to everyone who's joined me today, of course. We lost more games like Amman than under the others, but we must try and stay positive. We have to, because at the end of the day, you're asking Ruben Amram to fight a sword fight with a breadstick. That's what you're asking. You're asking for Ruben Amram to go into a boxing ring with two hands behind his back. That's what we're asking. These are not his players. They don't fit his system. He needs his own players, and we're throwing him into the Lions. It's crazy. Guys, thank you so much, guys. Big up, everyone. Have a fabulous evening, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox. Guys, you're all legends. Thank you so much. Well on my way to 10,000 subscribers. Thanks to you guys. You guys are the legends, and I appreciate every single one of you. Please don't forget to keep spreading the word, the positive word about Manchester United. I leave you with this.
Concern the two teams with which I'm most closely associated: Glasgow Celtic in Scotland and Manchester United in England. Manchester United have foreign owners who have looted the club of billions of pounds. They didn't even buy the club. They bought it, then borrowed against the club's assets to cover the money that they paid to buy it, and have paid themselves a king's ransom in dividends. The Glazers must go, is the feeling of 99.9% of Manchester United supporters. But how can we make them go? Well, we got rid of Celtic's board. I was one of the proud members of the Sack the Board campaign. My good friend Brian Dempsey led it. We did sack the board by popular pressure, and popular pressure will have to be maintained on the robber barons from New York, the Glazers, before they destroy Manchester United altogether.
Sunderland.